Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at a couple of reports, in particular the individual report and the group report. So let's have a look. Select it from the drop down list in the reports and double click on the go button. And here we are. This is the individual report. It's actually quite similar to the player page if you kind of notice carefully enough. It has your flags through here, it has your variables down the left, it has the week number at the top, and then it has some averages just here. The beauty of the individual player report is it's very good for reporting, so it's very good for printing off and kind of handing to supervisors and bosses and whatnot like that. I mean, in particular, bosses that like their numbers, I suppose. It's basically very, very similar in function to the player page. It still has the flags, high, low, and change flags. It has your 2-week average, your 4-week average, and your yearly average. But that is calculated based upon this current week. Okay, so if we change it to week 12, all of a sudden we get different 4-week and 2-week averages, which allows us to go back in time and we can kind of compare different periods, I suppose, as well, which is handy. Okay, so it's very similar to the player page. You can change all of these variables. It's very customizable. You can delete some to group them and to space them out and pretty them up, I suppose. And down the bottom here, towards the bottom of the A4 page, you're looking at a few charts. Now, what we've got here is we've got a current comparison of the current week selected compared to, in blue, the previous 2 weeks, in red, the previous 4 weeks, and in green, the previous season. So we can kind of see trends on how hard or how different this week has been in compared to the rest of either the season or short period. And down here in this final chart is a very simple comparison chart over the week, just to put some numbers into some pretty pictures. To be honest, it allows us to kind of look at whatever 3 variables we'd like. May I suggest the two column variables here be roughly close so you can actually see what they are, and then the second one is on the second axis, so it can basically be any number. So we can change. It's very easy to change. Let's go to check on illness. So change it, double click on change trends, and there you have it. Very, very simple, very, very easy to use this. And as mentioned previously, it prints quite well and prints quite easily as well. Which probably brings me to the group report, and let's have a look at that. Group report. And it's a very number hungry little thing. It doesn't flag because it would make no sense to flag, and it would be very interesting because all the flags are individualized. But what we have the ability to do here is to basically look at how the squad's going over a period of time, and it has the same things. It looks back into longer, basically because I had more room on the page to do it, so you've got an extra 3 weeks of data to look at, and you can look at trends over what the squad is actually doing. And again, it'll print to those same 2 graphs, and there's a bit of variance involved here in the season, which tends to happen. You can still change this bottom chart as per usual, and you can still change all of these variables here in the group chart. One thing that is different is this little section here. You can actually group your players into their position. And so by doing that, instead of looking at the entire squad, which might be a little bit meaningless, we can look at a subset. We can look at the fast bowlers. We can say, okay, the fast bowlers, in terms of total load, have started to, in theory, no, they haven't even really increased their workload. They've just basically hovered between 2,000 and 3,000, which is, to be fair, quite good. And so you can look at little trends like that. But that's about it. It's a very simple reporting, both with the squad report and the individual report. Thanks very much.